Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel, Applied Forensic Resource Sciences. Today we are here to discuss about the topic Fibre and its examination, which is presented by Kapil Raikwa, volunteer of Applied Forensic Resource Sciences. Let's have a look at its contents. First, we will be going through the basic introduction of fiber. Then, in the next slide, we will be going through the process of collection and preservation of fibers. Then we will be discussing on how fiber are examined and their analysis. Then in the next slide we will be discussing the forensic significance of the fiber. Now the question arises, what are fibers? Fibers are thread-like structure from fabric and other material which are identifiable under the microscope. These are associative evidence which can be used to establish a link between a suspect and the crime scene. Its source can be determined by comparing it with the fabric from a known source. Based on Locard's principle of exchange, which says that transfer of material will occur when two objects are in contact with each other. It is generally important evidence in homicide, assault, and sexual offenses where there is a personal contact between the victim and the accused. Now, depending upon their sources, fiber are divided into two categories: natural fiber and man-made fiber. Natural fibers are the fibers that are obtained from nature, that is, from vegetable, animal, or minerals. Example: cotton, linen, silk, wool, asbestos. Now, coming on to the man-made fiber, these fibers are originated from natural materials like cotton or any synthetic material. Example include nylon, dacron, acrylic. Now talking about the collection and preservation of fiber. Fibers are very mobile and of lightweight. They get brushed off easily or fall from clothing, which led to the cross contamination and the loss of evidence. So they need to be properly collected and preserved. Fiber can be seen with naked eyes on most of the surfaces. By using clean forceps and the tracing paper, sample is moved from the surface and then it is kept on clean piece of paper which is then folded and packed in a paper envelope. In tape lifting, water or methanol soluble tapes are used. These are applied to the surface of the suspected sample, then they are removed carefully and then they are packed. In vacuuming method, the area where the sample are located is vacuumed in this technique and then caught in the fibrate trap attached to the vacuum. Then they are packed in a clean trace paper and forwarded to the laboratory. However, this method is least desirable as there is a risk of cross contamination. Fiber analysis is actually a method of identifying and examination of fiber found from the crime scene. If the fiber exhibit the same microscopic as well as optical properties as known fabric, the fiber could have possibly originated from the same fabric. There are certain crucial characteristics that makes the examination and thus analysis of fiber easy. First is fiber diameter. The fiber may vary from 10 to 50 micrometer. The softer material will have the smallest fiber, while the most durable material will have the largest fiber. Second, fiber cross section. Basically, it's the cross section of the fiber that vary according to the type of the fiber. The natural fiber have their origin from plants and animals, thus look rough at the edges. This feature on the examination can actually reveal whether the fiber is natural or man-made. Third is fiber number. The number of fiber on the clothing can be identified as matching the clothing of the suspect is important in determining the actual physical contact. The greater will be the number of fiber, it is more likely that contact actually occurred between these individuals. Now talking about fiber color, this actually influences the value of particular fiber identification. Often dyes are used to give colors. Eventually fibers may also be dyed before being spun into yarns. Fifth, fiber location. Where fiber are located also affect the value given to the particular fiber association. The allocation of fiber on different areas of the body at the crime scene influences the significance of the fiber association. Apart from the visual examination from a single fiber with a comparison microscope, some of the methods for fiber examination are scanning electron microscopy. This is the method of photography which requires an instrument called scanning electron microscope. This type of microscope uses electron rather than light to form an image. There are many advantages of using SAM instead of light as it allows a large amount of sample to be focused at one time. Then atomic force microscopy. It is a method which is carried out using an atomic force microscope. It's an instrument to analyze and characterize samples at the microscopic level. It allows the analyst to look at the surface characteristic with very accurate resolution. Then we have dye analysis. Dye analysis involves extraction of dye from a fiber sample and thus characterizing and identifying its chemical structure. This method of dye analysis is a destructive method which leaves the fiber useless for further color examination. Now, talking about the forensic significance of fiber. Fiber are used to create a link between the crime and the suspect. Unlike fingerprint and DNA evidence, fiber are not specific to a single person. Fiber are a form of trace evidence which are easily go unnoticed by the criminal, hence used in crime investigation as they are easily identified by the investigators. A carpet fiber or from a person's clothing can indicate the individual presence on the crime scene. Fiber examination can reveal whether the questioned fiber belongs to the particular known fabric or not. These are the following references which I have used to prepare my PPT. Hope you enjoyed this lecture. If you have any doubt regarding the session, you can put that in the comment box. Thank you for listening us.